This is West Ham Unofficial. Come on, your Irons. Well, we are back. This is the West Ham versus Newcastle review, where West Ham United somehow, I don't know, somehow beat Newcastle 4-2 at St James's Park. We were up in the gods where that picture was taken from. Today I'm joined to do this match review. I know it's late, but we've had to travel back from Newcastle. I'm joined by the man himself. Miles is in the building. Andy, how are you?
Tired. I'm not gonna lie, mate. I know you had a long journey as well, but
Yeah,
it seemed to go on forever.
I
Fair
tell
play
you.
to Mike though. Fair play to Mike. He drove all the way, but I picked and dropped Scott off home as well. So from West
Yeah.
Ham Fan TV, so I dropped him off as well. So the time I got in was about 12:30, and I think I remember looking at the clock about 1:30 when I managed to get asleep. So.
Nightmare, absolute nightmare. I apologise, you people watching. My Wi-Fi is not very good, so the screen's a bit pixelated. But yeah, we got back about 11:30. About was it? I think it's 6-7 hours back. But I mean, it would have made it about 3 hours longer if we would have lost. I tell you, what a day. Let's just start off with the starting lineup. Then I forgot to load the image, typical. But Fabianski, Sufo, Dawson, Ogbonna, Creswell, Rice, Souček, Fornals, Benrahma, Bowen and Antonio. Full strength. I think everybody was happy with that.
To be honest, mate, I might rattle a few feathers, but I didn't want Fabianski in goal yesterday. I wanted Areola.
I thought exactly the same. I thought that, yeah.
I'm not going to lie. We might as well start on the negatives. I thought his distribution yesterday was appalling. I think if a Sunday League goalkeeper was even throwing the ball and not kicking the ball the way he would, he'll get shouted at. And I think where he's done so well for us over the last couple of years is sort of got a bit of leniencies, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but I would love to see Areola in for Leicester personally.
Yeah, I liked. Yeah. I'm with you. I would have liked to see Areola start. I thought we all deep down thought that Fabianski would probably start, but
Yeah.
I would have liked to see Areola start as well. What in here, Richard? How was the trip to Newcastle? Traffic actually helped us. Wasn't too bad, but yeah, that last 2 hours back from Gloucester services back to Somerset. It dragged. I tell you, it dragged. Randy's putting in the Daya emojis. Love to see it. Nathan says West Ham played really well in the second half. We did. Cheers, Nath. Tufty, go to sleep. Cheers, Nathan. Gaz is in. I hope you are well. Woody says I can see Areola starting the next match. Yeah, I agree. What a performance and an atmosphere. Indeed. Gaz says, hi Jake and Andy, hope you both had a great day yesterday. It was good. Basically, what happened was it was about 5-10 minutes until kick-off. I was filming a bit for the vlog, and then Jazz came, and then I saw you were with him, and then we came up and
like I said, I spoke to your dad as well, and we planning to get up there like an hour and a half before kickoff, but because of traffic and stuff, we sort of turned up 45 minutes. So the time we got up to where our seat was, it was like 15 minutes before kickoff, which was unfortunate because I wanted to do a bit of stuff with you outside and talk about the lineups. But no, we didn't get off to the best of starts, though, mate, did we?
We didn't. 5-5. I mean, let's start. We had a couple of corners a couple of minutes in. Looked positive, and then Newcastle striked, whatever you want to say, with Callum Wilson. Ping, ping, ping. 1-0 it was. It seemed like.
Yeah, no disrespect. I think we said it on Russ's few people in the chat. I've never known Declan Rice to be turned inside out so much. What Sam Maximin done for him for the build up to the goal, but he's a great player. But he just seems to turn up a couple of times a year, and it seems to be against us and
It
Burnley, I think.
does. Yeah,
Um,
and it's just so frustrating. We thought bogus idea we go, but we got back into the game. We got back into the game. Was it? I think it was. I think it was just before the 20th minute. We made it 1-1.
yeah, VAR to the rescue, mate.
It
I was
was.
expecting the worst, especially because we were all the way up the other end, and it went in. We were loud, we were cheering, but that dreaded wait
I
for
didn't see it
VAR. But
because what happened? I saw it go in, and I turned behind, and I was looking at everybody, and then the celebrations kind of like hit a halt.
yeah, you'll see. For the viewers, I think you watch Falls from Mine as well. You'll see some reactions from me and Jazz as well, which will be a more not less PG compared to what Jake's would be. So look out for that later. But no, we was exactly the same. We was exactly the same, and
Yeah.
the sky just really confused us. I don't know whether you saw it, Jake. It said Suchek got the first goal, and
See,
like uh,
yeah, I
until
don't
I
know.
got
It was
home, that's
because
when I
because
realised.
it was right up the other end, wasn't it? And the
Mm,
ball came into the box, and all I saw it went in the top corner. We were celebrating, and then went to VAR, and then they gave it. Well, we were miles away from it, so we didn't really see it in the moment, did we?
no, no, we never, mate. But we were on the door. They probably had about 15 minutes of the whole game where they were on top and they got two goals. And apart from that, they didn't really offer us much. But Jacob Murphy's a great player. Like
Scored the
he's a
second goal.
great yeah, he's a great footballer. I remember him at Norwich, and yeah, he's just another one. No disrespect, we say it every year. We love Creswell, but as soon as pace or anything like that goes against him, he's in a bit of trouble. But Fornell's got him out of jail. Even Ben Rama
Mm,
at one point, I remember him in that first half. He was in the box, wasn't he, making crucial tackles? So very
yeah.
good, very good.
Indeed. So yeah, Jacob Murphy scored just on the brink of half time, and at that moment, I thought it's going to be quite hard to come back from this now. Just before half time, I think it definitely deflated the 3,000 of us inside there.
It did, but only for a couple of minutes though, mate. I remember that Ben
Yeah,
Rama had a chance pretty much straight after.
he did.
I
Yeah,
was drinking. I was drinking a beer at that point, so I watched it on the screen. I needed my first beer of the day, and which was my turned out to be my only beer of the day, which is quite a shock for the viewers, and I think probably you, to be honest, mate. But no, it was yeah. I still had positivity, but I was just like silly mistakes. They cost us a couple of performances, like mistakes defensively, cost us Champions League, in my opinion, last year, and I thought it may have been the same, but we'll probably get onto it now. The second half, Declan Rice
yeah.
just seemed to take it, take it. He's got the armband, and he sort of drove us on.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. I just literally just before we came on, I've watched the highlights. I didn't really have a chance to look at the highlights and the penalty in big detail. Let's have a look at what you guys are saying in the chat, though. Well, it says, did you both go up and back all in one day? We went up on Saturday, came back Sunday night, but I think you went up and did it all in one day, didn't you, Andy?
Yeah, so I went with Nikki and Scott and Mike and Callum. Callum doesn't come on screen, but he's a pal of Nikki, and so it was five of us
Yeah,
in a Mercedes Viana. So Mike's a professional taxi, so we had Lola legroom, perfect seat. So there was three of us in the back. Could have all of us laid down comfortably. No, not all laid down, but you know what I mean. Perfectly
yeah.
comfortably. The time we got there. And yeah, we stopped off a couple of times, but that's the key when you stop. But I had a look. Let me just confirm what it says on the time on. Because
I've just
obviously
had a
I only
look.
drove Scott.
Yeah. Yeah, I've just had a look at the penalty again, and you guys are saying it was a little bit harsh. All we saw from at the top was him going down, because we were obviously looking down like that on it. It probably was a bit harsh looking secondly on it, but who cares? I don't think I care. I don't think you care, to be honest.
Yeah, no, neither do I, mate. We've had a couple last year, which were, I can remember the dunk handball and in the Brighton game, so it's all swings and roundabouts. It's obviously not great, but yeah, I've just had a look, mate. So we done 517 miles yesterday. Well, what, and 12 hours and 58 minutes in the car yesterday of my day.
I think it was just under 300 miles one way for us. So in 2 days we did 600. You did it in 1 day. Whew.
But it was all worth it. It was all worth it.
No, it was. It was indeed. Willis has got my morning coffee, so all good. Thanks. There we go. Let's have a look at some more comments. Gaz says we need a regular penalty taker when nobody's out. Yeah, when the penalty was given, everyone around us saying, "Who's going to take it? Who's going to take it?" I said Rice. Antonio stepped up, and then Antonio. Nathan said, "I'm sick of hearing that song," but we sung that for about 5 minutes before and after. Anyway, but if you were in charge, who would have took the penalty?
Creswell. I've said this for weeks. I said this last season when Rice missed that penalty at West Brom. That Aaron Creswell or Bowen, they're probably the sweetest strikers of the balls I can see in the side, to be honest. And I don't think Creswell would do a little place like what Antonio is. I think it will be a Julian Dix type penalty. Just hit the ball as hard as you can, and you got more chance. If the keeper saves it, it's a good save. If not, them sort of silly run-ups, in my opinion, that's what cost us in the Euros as well.
Yeah, definitely. I said let Declan take it, like Afro Boy said, but in the end, it wasn't a fantastic penalty. But Souček was there in the right time, and as some people said, thank God, or some stronger words that Dan used on the watch long highlights. Thank God for that.
I think I probably said a bit more swear words than that, mate. And I think me and Jazz nearly ended up three rows down. At one point,
nearly near us then.
Yeah, pretty much, mate. I don't know whether you saw in the end, but me and Jazz basically had like 10 seats to ourselves. We was running up and down so we was like sold allocation, but obviously no one turned up, and we were just literally running up and down, and words can't describe what that feeling was like. But Jazz, bless him, he's probably got it on video. He's like, we've still got so much time left. I'm like, Jazz, relax, keep calm. I said they're gonna start to tire, especially Wilson and St. Maximin, who just about passed their fitness test. So I wasn't worried, mate. I'm not gonna lie. They had a couple of chances before that. The St. Maximin with the ball in, and Wilson nearly got a touch, but apart from that, they didn't trouble us, I think, after that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Let's have a look at the comments. People are saying let Ben Rama take it though as well. I'm not sure whether I don't think he would personally whack it. I think he would try something quite fancy, don't you?
Yeah, I had a look. Who done it? There was a show who said it, and apparently, oh no, it was Clive on Daya's show.
Yeah.
He said Ben Rama's missed a few for Brentford as well. He's not so the other one I think was Souček. I think Souček took some for his old club, so that could be another.
Yeah, that's what Gaza says. Yeah, Souček.
Yeah.
Souček used to take penalties for his former club. I'm sure Moyes is now looking into it after missing another penalty. I'm sure he'll be looking into that. Get Saeed on them. Declan got Maximin in his pocket in the second half. He did, in my opinion. But we'll move on past the penalty shenanigans. Then, Nando, just 3 minutes later, we started partying. Mikel Antonio with a sweet finish to finish off and to widen the gap to 2 goals, and we just started having a party.
Yeah, mate, we did, and it was a great ball out, and
great ball by Saeed.
Yeah, it was a brilliant ball. And why can't he strike that ball like that all the time? I don't understand, Antonio. Just put your foot through it. Power, the goalkeeper, had no chance, but well done to him, mate. He's now joint top with Paolo Di Canio for all-time Premier League goal scorers, 2 away for all-time, a bit overtaking Paolo, sorry, in all competitions. He had a mixed day. I'm going to be criticism of it. He should have scored before we got the penalty. I don't know how. It was more chance of missing it than I don't know how he missed that first chance. To be perfectly honest, yeah, I'm happy, but he's not the answer we're looking for. I still want a striker in.
Oh yeah, definitely. Someone put up in the chat, we still need to buy a striker and a centre back and a left back and a central midfielder. In my opinion, that's not going to happen.
And Lingard.
And Lingard, yeah. Yeah, we do need to buy someone. And Bowen had that fantastic run, which we haven't talked about in the first half as well. We just couldn't finish off. Do you think he perhaps took one or two too many touches, or do you think he timed it perfectly but just couldn't get it past Freddie Woodman in goal?
To be honest, mate, Freddie Woodman, great goalkeeper. Anyway, I remember him on Swansea last year, and he done the right thing. He stayed big as long as he could, and he managed to make the save. The only thing I will say is maybe he sort of put his foot through it. Maybe he could have tried to place it or give him the eyes, but that's the only thing Bowen done wrong all day. A goal. Everything else, his work great. Do you know what got me in that second half, mate? Do you remember when we were 4-2 up and he just got the crowd going again? Do you remember when he walked over, gave the clap and the come? Like the fans, like I said it on Russ's show earlier. They go, "Who was the man of the match?" And I gave it to us. I think if fans wasn't there, we wouldn't have won that game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think, I thought we really, really were the third man, and I completely agree with what you said on Russ's show. We were very loud. I think the only thing that came close to it was when I was at Old Trafford a couple of years ago. I mean, I knew it was going to be loud, but we certainly did make a racket, and Newcastle couldn't keep up with us because we just kept on singing.
Yeah, no, mate. The only time we heard them score was the first goal and the second goal, when they were going, "What's the score?" And apart from that,
you're not singing anymore.
Yeah, it's like, well, it was like I said, there was probably, I think there was about 6,000 people not there. I think we could have sold that. I think imagine how louder that would have been. But talking of the fans, it was nice to obviously see you, your dad. Nice to see the unit, as Anton calls me as well. I saw the unit yesterday, and
honestly, I didn't expect him to be as big as a unit as he was. Bless him. And then I've got a picture. I'm going to bring it up on screen. This was in the Costa by the ground about an hour and a half before kickoff. Give me 2 seconds just to bring it up on screen, guys. Smash the like button. Andy, set a like target whilst I do this a minute.
41.
41. There we go. Smash that like button. I'm going to bring this up on screen for you to see now. This was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And then the guys were actually playing. So this was in Costa. There wasn't too many football fans in there. And so, come on, let's have a picture. You just picked me up.
In the back. Bloke's face in the background.
That's what Anton said. Look at the geezer's face in the background there, look. And then all the other people like there, look, what on earth is going on here? It was brilliant.
No, that's
absolutely
class, mate. No,
brilliant.
Like you said, I actually saw Stell yesterday as well. We saw it when I was waiting for Jazz as well. So it was nice to put a face to the name with Stell also. Who else did I see? I think I saw someone.
I saw Dan. I saw Anton Stell. I saw you, Nikki, Scott. And yeah. It was good to be back. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know whether you saw, mate. What I'll do is I'll see if Twitter will let me send it. I've actually got 3.5 minutes of after the game, and I actually zoom in right on the player, so I can, because Twitter you can only do 45 seconds, can't you? So I've cut it into a couple of bits. I'll send you the file if you want it. It's like after the game, and I'll zoom in on Moyes and stuff like that as well, and Nolan and Noble. But no, it was an amazing day, and I don't want to sound negative, but it was only Newcastle. Leicester's going to be the one. I
It is.
don't want to. I don't want to sound. If we don't get at least 2 players before Leicester, like what we had coming off the bench was not good enough, in
No.
my opinion.
I think personally, at half time, I said we need to make some changes, and I said on the vlog, you can't make any changes in terms of subs because we haven't got no one to bring on. You've got to do it on the pitch, and these 11 players now have got to perform because the players we've got to bring off the bench attackingly is Andrei Yarmolenko, and that's the bottom line.
To be fair,
Maybe
he actually
did
done
all
well
right.
when he
Yeah,
come
he
on.
did.
He
did.
we're not his biggest fans, are we, Jake? But
No.
he actually done all right. Do you know what
He
the
was
highlight
good. He was good the way he did a few chops and he kept it in the corner down by us, and he actually played really, really well to keep the ball and keep it down there. That was for sure.
Do you know who really impressed me the most? Well, I wouldn't say the most because he didn't get my man of the match, but was Creswell. Because in the first half he was ropey, and in the second half he was a totally different player. And the one for me, Anton said it last night. I watched bits of it when I was on the way home, but the signal was terrible. But Fornals is just going under the radar. Fornals is going under the radar. And in your opinion, Jake, because a few people commented on my video on the West Ham Fan TV fan cam, they were like, "Can you stop referring them as a front three? You need to call them as a front four." But Fornals doesn't get forward enough to class him as a front four. What do you reckon on that?
I think he definitely splits the opinion Fornals in the way people want him to do more attackingly. And get up the pitch and score more goals. But he's almost, at times, it almost turns into a midfield three. It almost turns into a 4-3-3 at times, having the three in midfield of Souček, Rice, and Fornals, and then the front three of Benrahma, Antonio, and Jared Byrne, because he just sits there and he picks up the ball and then passes it on. Yeah, I wouldn't class him as in the front four personally, because I just think he almost sits back as a more attacking of the three central midfielders in a way.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. And if you sort of look, he tucks in, but he tucks in very well, and it turns into a three sometimes with him, Rice, and Souček. But what a performance from Rice in the second half! He was absolutely outstanding. The one thing what you can say, and did you watch the interview on? Oh no, you was away, wasn't you? You probably didn't see Graham on Saturday. Rice and
No.
Tubes' interview, and Tubes was asking him. He was like, "So what? How do you see you was running backwards and forwards in the Euros? How do you see that happening?" And he was like, "I can see myself playing as a number 8 for West Ham." And when you saw him break forward, Souček just covers him, and that's where they've got the chemistry, and that can become crucial for us for the rest of the year.
Yeah. I'm going to let you go in a minute, Andy, because I know you've got to go, because I've got a couple more guests coming on, because Anton's just sent me a message. Oh, go on, send me the link. So
I'll stay for 5 minutes. I'll stay hello to the unit.
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah. Let's have a look at some comments then whilst we get a couple more guests on. Jakey, I hope you are. Long live the bowling. Long live the bowling says, Bowen was my man of the match. Yarmolenko had a good game. He did. He held the ball well, in my opinion. Charlie Boy says, Malsey and Jake legend combo. Good morning, afternoon, lads. How's the chili settling, or is it completely out of the system now? Is that gone? Is it gone? Oh, here he goes, Wally. Yeah, the only thing we had on the bench was a bit of a pace. Put us out of our misery, Wally. Give us the Ryan Fredericks emoji. You remember? Spam the Ryan Fredericks emoji. If you remember, whack it in there. Chili Charlie himself. Long live bonus is 4 now is a maverick. He gives 100%. Lee says, one game at a time, Andy. We are massive. Come on, lads. Great support yesterday. Love our away fans. It's brilliant, our away fans. They are just brilliant. Here he is. Here he comes. In the car.
What's happening, lads?
I'm right, Anton. How are you?
He's got a lot more energy compared to us.
I know, mate. I know. Only took me about 3 hours to get home last night, which wasn't bad for me, to be fair. So, yeah. But listen, who needs that energy? The game itself should give us that energy. I mean, I'm still buzzing after it, to be honest. What a start.
Yeah.
My highlight was meeting you, mate.
I know, mate. The unit, Milesy.
We don't need Milenkovic. You just have me and Anton at the back. We'll smash it.
I literally don't think anyone would get by us at all.
Talking about units, we definitely lit up Costa, Anton, didn't we? But it's not only the geezer there.
I know.
The lady there as well.
Oh my God.
Oh dear.
Oh, sorry, Jakey boy. I think you got a threat to your
Do
life.
you know what that actually reminds me of? Do you know Matilda when she's going to pick her up by the pigtails and launch the kid student? That's what it's like you were going to do.
Brilliant. That's been James as well. James.
I was quite surprised I had the energy.
Yeah, I know.
How you doing, James?
Good,
You're right,
mate.
James?
Good. Great result yesterday. Wasn't a good first half, though, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, first half was shocking. I don't know what everyone else thought up there, for high up in the sky.
We spoke at half time, Anton, didn't we? And I came down and I said, well, it's slow at the back.
Yeah, of course. Like I think like you said, James, everyone at the game and at home, we're all sitting there going, God, you can see why we need strength and depth. But to be honest, I said to Geezer when I was waiting to go to the car after the game, and we both agreed we needed to get that half out of the way. Like it was as if like I felt like that was like the hangover half that we needed to just have. It wasn't great, but it needed to be done. And if we hadn't have done it then, we may have ended up losing the game. So I'm kind of glad we had that warming up to the Premier League. And it felt like that. For me, the first half felt like, because I said to Stell, I felt like we were quite static in the first half. Everything that we've slow and static, but there wasn't even really many people making runs. So it was a bit like they were, I don't know if they were flabbergasted by the occasion, by the amount of fans that were there, by the intensity, because it was loud, wasn't it, Milesy? I mean, it was, and Jake, it was like, it was great.
To be honest, mate, I think, like I said, I don't know if you saw what I said at the start. I think St. Maximin, Wilson, until the 55th minute, they were blowing. They couldn't move, and they were the danger men. As soon as they went out the game, that's when we got better, in my opinion, as well. I think that's what the difference was.
See, St. Maximin, though, I know he's a good player, but he dictated us for a good solid 60 minutes.
He did.
He's quality. They've got a proper gem there. They've got someone, in my opinion, and it's a big bold statement, that could eventually emulate what Payet did with us. He's a game changer.
He was very good.
Yeah.
He was very good. Hopefully.
Do you think we could try and lure him to the London Stadium?
How old is he?
25, I think.
25?
25. I think 25, 26, something like that. Not that old.
He is 24.
Yeah.
Jake, your dad made a valid point about St. Maximin, though. Like, why have maybe no other bigger clubs gone for him? Is there?
Yeah.
I know he's got a
bit of injured, though.
He's injured, that's his issue, James, isn't it?
Yeah. I think we, from looking at it from like the TV yesterday, I was in the pub, I was watching it, and I must admit the first sort of 15, 20 minutes was all over the place defensively. Like we just couldn't, I couldn't believe what I was watching. How slow. Even Kafal, we all love Kafal.
Souček, they were both of them were misplacing passes, and I was like, what's going on there?
And all the attacks were going down Cresswell's left-hand side. And basically, that goal, in one way, Newcastle scoring just before half-time, give us some geeing up at half-time to take it out there and let's get a goal early. And I must admit, second half, I just want to hear all your thoughts on Mr. Ben Rama's first start this Premier League season. Because
Andy, before you go, Ben Rama.
Yeah, no, he played well. He played well. He made the space, and he was dangerous on the counter attack. And at one point he was getting doubled up. And he got out of that space. Would he have done better with more of a natural 9? I know he set up Antonio, yes, the ball what he pulled across when he done the step overs, a natural number 9 would have been there and got the tap in, and we probably would have done that. But then on another aspect, would our number 9 have had the speed what Antonio got to get the fourth? So it's swings and roundabouts, but in my opinion, we still need a number 9, and Ben Rama will get more assists. I think Bowen had a very good game. Sorry to the last thing before I go, but Bowen, I saw a few people on Twitter giving Bowen stick for the missed chance. I get that, but but you could say that about what Declan Rice. That everyone said Declan Rice was man of the match, but he got skinned for the first goal. So you can't.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Our fan base. I know everyone's entitled to an opinion, but
I think Bowen had a good game. Just to agree with you there, Andy. I think Bowen had a good game, but it wasn't an influence in the final. Like apart from that chance, like when Ben Rama picked the ball up, I always thought he was going to do something. Like that pass was from De Bruyne into a striker. Everyone would be going mad. That pass into Antonio was peach perfect. Like literally, he hasn't even got to move. He's running onto the ball, and it's basically a striker's finish, basically. But I think you're right on Bowen. I think like what it is with West Ham fans, when one player doesn't perform, everyone's on his case. Like for instance, and I'm going to mention him, Jake, and I know he's one of your fans, but Dawson yesterday, mate, I thought he was absolutely horrendous.
If I had to pick, mate, if I had to pick, I thought Ogbonna was even worse. He's not fit.
To be honest, I thought the two of them were just as not. I don't want to say just as bad as each other. They grew into the game, but you could see that Newcastle seen that was our weakness, 100%. They were being
skinned the first half.
They were being skinned, and every single ball that was getting crossed in, Augie was second to it. Dawson was second to it. And it was the first thing I remember. All of us were in the ground. We were all going, "My God! Like we need centre halves." Like it was as clear as mud. You know, you were kind of going like, if Moyes was watching this game, he's not even caring about a striker. He's going, "We need defence." And I know he is caring about a striker and someone up front. But
for me, gents, Nat Phillips will be in by the weekend. I think that's the one. Milenkovic is gone. Milenkovic is gone, in my opinion. Zuma, don't want him at the club. He's just, if he wanted to come, he would have come by now.
What concerns me is that Diop's sitting on the bench. We've got a 24-year-old young lad sitting on the bench. And we've got two 30-plus-year-olds in defence. It's just, let's be honest, could Diop have done any worse than the two of them yesterday? I don't think so. I thought it was an interesting one that Augie came back in because he's not played. Did he play against Atalanta? No, he didn't. Did he? Diop's played every.
Since the Celtic game.
Yeah, every game, and then he got dropped yesterday. I couldn't understand that.
Yeah, I didn't think Diop had done anything wrong in pre-season to do it. But what I think you do find, and correct me if I'm wrong, that the first couple of games, especially defensively, Moyes does mess about with that centre-half pairing until he finds that right partnership. But they were too slow, and even if Augie does get back to full fitness, the two of them, we do need to strengthen there. We do. We 100% do.
Yeah.
But yeah, before I go, I want to say we've talked about the negatives, but there's probably double more positives than the negatives.
Absolutely.
I know when you review a game, you have to think of the negatives, but I think the fans this week is on a buzz. The only problem is we've got another week to our next game. I'd just love to have been
Monday night.
Been a Saturday.
Can I talk about one player though? Fornals, like, I mean, I know it's like, but Benny's got the goal. We got the assist. Antonio got a fantastic striker's goal. Souček grew into the game. You know, Bowen had that great opportunity. He was attacking the ball, but what Pablo Fornals does for our team, like, he goes under the radar. He was my individual man in the match. I keep saying it, and I'll keep repeating it. He reminds me of Gattuso, but with skill. Yeah. He's got grit. He's got determination.
That ball to Soufal for the penalty ball, the Antonio miss, and then the penalty was ridiculous.
And the tackles, though, Miles. I mean, the tackles he was putting in. He was like tracking back. He was getting his foot around the player, collecting the ball. Player was going down, collecting the ball, and running forward. And Fornals and Benny, Fornals and Bowen, and that kind of quartet up the top seemed to work really, really, really nicely with each other. and all you need to do is add another player into that quartet, like Lingard or whatever. Like then that's a threat. You know, people look at those players and go, "Oh shit, here we go." You know.
Anyway, gents, I've got to go.
Cheers, Andy.
I've took longer. Nice seeing you, Anton, yesterday. James, Jake, take
Cheers,
care. All. See you
Cheers,
later.
Andy. Bye bye. There we go. Right, let's take some comments quickly. Let's scroll. Daniel says Ben Rama was the man of the match for me. Here we go. The man of the match. Anton, you say Fornals. James.
Ben Rama, mate. Absolutely, 100,000%. Like this man was getting a lot of criticism last year for stuff that he doesn't do, and now he has scored goals and he's assisted goals, and that's his first game. He will get 10 goals, and I will collect on my bet, and everyone will get paid out £400 each on that bet. But Ben Rama was superb yesterday. Absolute superb from start to finish. Man of the match.
I mean, Anton, this is the good thing about it. We've got so many players that we can, say he's good. Ben Rama, Fornals, Bowen, Antonio. There's so many players that you could argue to be man of the match, and that's how good we were in that second half. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, Steve Bowen. I mean, I know people talk about his final third, but when he's on that ball, defenses and people in the opposition look at him and go, "Oh, where's he going to go?" And that was a prime example of when he took that ball forward. I don't know how many men he beat. I mean, he'd done so much hard work to get to where he got to, and it was frustrating for him not to get that goal. But at the end of the day, he still does chip in with goals and assists come the end of the season. Like, he's been there for however long he's been, and he's got a very decent record for the position he plays in. But I think there was plenty of players there yesterday that could have taken the plaudits, but I think it must have been between, as James said, Benny. I thought Antonio in the first half was constantly getting drawn out wide, and we were getting frustrated at that. However, coincidentally, by being drawn out wide, worked in the second half, and then he went through the middle, and it worked in the second half. So we've done everything that a number 9 you'd want him to do. I mean, his finish, Antonio's finish was unbelievable. What a finish! A cross goal from the right hand side. He misses the penalty just before it. It's just typical Antonio, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is, and to round off, any final thoughts, James? I mean, personally, my final thoughts. I said it in a minute on West Ham Fan TV. First half wasn't great, and it shows why we need to make signings. Second half shows how good our attack can be, and if you add a striker or Lingard into that, we can be better than that, and it can turn really, really good there. Final thoughts, James?
We can't. My final thought was a great result, but let's not forget that we did go 1-0 down, 2-1 down against the team. And if we go 1-0 down or 2-1 down against Leicester, then it's going to be a lot harder because they're a better team than Newcastle. The second half was superb, mate, but the first half, and we do need centre halves. I agree, and I actually believe we need 2 centre halves because I think one of them's not enough. I think we need 2 younger lads back there, and it's a good result. It is a good result, but I think we need to get some people in the door, mate. It's important that we sign some players up as soon as possible.
Yeah. Anton, just before I come to you, hopefully, I've had a lot of technical difficulties today. Andy's helped me out, but hopefully by 2:30 or 3 o'clock, we've got the vlog for the game that happened yesterday. Anton gave his thoughts on the lineup in Costa before the unit came out and lifted me to the skies, and then we walked up to the skies. So my thoughts for the games was there. So that hopefully it's just finishing uploading now, I think. So if not 2:30, 3 o'clock, that will be on the channel. And finally, Anton, your final thoughts.
Yeah, this first half we recovered from the first half hangover, you could say. And the thing saying they had the hair of the dog in the second half, so they bounced back and what he did last season was prove that we can go 1-0 down or 2-1 down and turn it around. We don't just give up. I think there was a stat put out beforehand saying that the amount of points that West Ham won from losing positions was one of the most we've had in recent times. So you don't want to keep going down. You don't want to concede goals, but it looks like unless we bring in strength and depth, we're looking at trying to outscore the opposition every single game. Either way, I'm buzzing after that. I mean, I said to you, Jake, and your dad last night, I was like, don't want to get carried away, but you certainly want to enjoy it as much as you can because it's not like us. So,
yeah, there we go.
And you're a lucky omen, Anton. You're a lucky omen because you went there 3-0, and you went 3-0 before. That was 4-2, but you just lucky.
I've never seen us lose at St James's Park. Never.
He continues it. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks to Anton and James for joining me today. Come on, you Irons. We do, James, move on to Leicester. It's going to be a much bigger test, in my opinion. On Monday night, a week today, we will be getting ready for that game. But come on, you Irons. James is holding the phone, so we can't go. It'll go like that because we won. Come on, you Lions. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for everyone in the chat for commenting and contributing. 2:30, 3 o'clock, the vlog will be dropping. It's definitely 17 minutes worth of video you'll want to watch. That is for sure. Absolute scenes up in the skies. But yeah, thank you very much. Come on, you Lions, and goodbye.